How's your week?
Good week. NBL finals back. Tatum back. I'm starting to watch NBA again
Why were you not watching it?
because it's been rubbish for like the past 3 or 4 months, and now I can actually find out who's going to make the finals. It's coming into the
Yeah,
finals
yeah.
time. You know what it's like.
What, a month to go, end of the regular season?
Yeah, exactly.
I've enjoyed watching some of the young teams, like
Yeah.
Spurs.
Well, I mean, Spurs are where nobody would have thought they would have been where they are, right?
I mean, they have been tracking that direction. They're probably ahead of their time.
Before the season. Like,
Um,
pretty young team.
yeah, but I mean, look at OKC. Like it's working. There are elements where you can see that coming together
Yeah.
around the league.
I just thought everyone just got caught up with OKC. Nuggets, OKC are so stacked. I kind of thought Spurs maybe 2 years' time, and then bang, they're like second in the league. And ironically, they are undefeated to OKC.
Oh,
They
I was about to say who's beating OKC in a seven
Spurs
game.
have 3 or 4-0 against them. They have not lost.
Damn.
So that's why it's quite interesting. Which is weird because they've got two bigs. They've got Chet Holmgren and they've got Hartenstein.
Yeah, but they've both been out recently.
Yeah, they have. And, I mean, Wemby does dominate Chet, but they've got two good bigs, which is what you need to go up against Wemby.
Yeah, okay. I was actually, that's funny. Luke Longley kind of came and said hi at the Kings game last night and he said, it is so nice to have a meaningful game again. It's been a couple of years. And I had to think about it. I was like, oh, shit, it actually has. But we're kind of getting to that point in the NBA as well. I think that's what you're alluding to. Like, it's a bit more meaningful now.
Yeah.
Playoffs are coming. I love this time of year, though, here with the NBL. What have you made of the game one so far?
Honestly, obviously, the game last night's more fresh in my mind. I was there. Wildcats came out. They came out real quick, which is kind of what I thought was going to happen. There was an element in the second quarter where I think people were a bit worried. You could tell by the crowd it was a bit tense.
I
right?
walked past multiple people, staff members and fans, who were genuinely.
Yeah.
The Kings haven't lost a game or haven't even been in a game that's been decided by single figures since I think mid-January. Like they've been blowing teams out.
They have, and they've been just in an incredible groove, probably for the last 6 weeks. But yeah, Wildcats came out, punched them in the mouth. Zave and quite annoying, really didn't have any points until the third quarter. And
Probably just a bit of rust though too. They also haven't played in almost 3 weeks.
a little bit of rust, but yeah, it's a good. It's the fact that they got through the game is massive because if they had gone down, literally, then their lives are on the line back in Perth. Imagine they went out in straight sets.
It'd be disastrous.
Absolute disaster after the season that they've had.
Disastrous for my bank balance. I need them to keep playing so I can keep working.
Absolutely. Like we want as much Joe Healy on TV as possible.
I think they win in 2 now.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think Perth could have played much better at full strength. But yeah, Dylan Whittler getting injured in the last 2 minutes or last minute.
It's horrible to see.
Devastating.
Kind of quite awkward at the end as well. I'm there working, chatting to KD, doing this post game interview, and Windler's there rolling on the ground, holding his leg, and you're sort of just a little bit torn. Almost feels a bit insensitive, but obviously you've got to just play to the broadcast.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those unfortunate things in basketball. But I think going back to your point about the takeaways from the 2 game ones, every MVP stepped up.
Yep.
Every MVP candidate, Cotton going crazy. KD yesterday was unreal. Doolittle played, and Sobey had a great game.
Sobes was good.
Yeah.
IC was great as well.
Yeah.
Both of them, both games, were just, high octane, free flowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been fun. I can't wait for Saturday.
I'm pretty excited about who's coming on the show, though.
Yeah, this is going to be cool. I'm looking forward to today.
Yeah.
It's nice to have a bit of a platform to, I don't know, just spend some time getting into some topics and just have a conversation. These are the conversations we literally have at home.
I know. Literally, we've been just doing it over bottles and bottles of wine for the last 4 years. I know. I think Dan Murphy should be our sponsor, to be honest.
Shout out, please.
Yeah, but it's just good to kind of, talk about things that everybody probably thinks, but they're not really vocalized in a manner like this.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
What I mean? So,
looking forward to the pod today and our guest, Kev Pong. aka Kev Pong on social media.
700,000 followers.
Yeah, just a casual.
Yeah, I think off the rim, we hit that last week, didn't we?
In our dreams.
We are on the way there. That's for sure.
No, but cool to chat to someone who is obviously involved in basketball, but sort of the content creation
Yeah.
space. So
He's hilarious. I saw the video he did for BAM yesterday, and it's just like, I couldn't do it. I love being funny, but doing it on camera, and doing a take like that is just completely different. So I'm looking
I
forward
just
to have.
think coming up with the content, like the internet, never fails.
Never fails.
We're going to get into some cool stuff as well. I particularly like the NBL hot takes.
I'm really looking forward to hearing those.
Start bench catches. Start
Bench cut.
Jeez.
Start.
I can't speak.
Yeah.
Start bench cuts. Let's call them that.
Yeah.
Were particularly hard today,
They are hard. I'm looking forward
but
to
so
those.
interesting.
Some great 3-point shooters on those lists, and some great bigs, some great international players in the NBA. So, yeah, I think it's going to be exciting.
Let's get into it.
Cool.
So today's guest is a content creator who's racked up a massive following on TikTok, but also a hooper, does a bunch of campaigns with NBL and NBA, doesn't take himself too seriously. So I feel like you'll fit in perfectly here on the pod. Kev, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm happy to be here and just see how everything goes on. So,
How would you describe what you do to anyone who doesn't know?
so I would say I'm a content creator, more so on the comedic side of just making skits and stuff like that. I obviously talk about basketball and stuff like that, but I kind of talk about just anything that's culture related, family, friends, uni, basketball, sports, all types of sports really. I just kind of dabble in different types of content, stuff like that, and I like to have fun doing it. Like you said, I don't take myself seriously while I do it.
That's awesome. Obviously, you used to ball. You played in the NBL one. What made you transition? When did you think, okay, I can actually do this as a career?
Okay. Playing basketball my life. So I spent all my juniors playing at a club called Penrith Panthers. And then with NBL 1, I played for the Sutherland Sharks. And I think when I started making content, it was around that COVID time where, everyone had that lockdown, no one could leave the house and all that. I had to fill the time with boredom because I couldn't play basketball at that time. I couldn't leave the house. So...
What wild times are they?
It's insane thinking about it, right? With just everyone going stir crazy.
I was playing outside, and the police were chasing me just for putting up in Zetland. So I just wanted to shoot.
I actually do remember that.
Remember that? I just wanted to shoot, and then I'm like, guys, I'm outside. Anyway, wild times.
Wait, that actually happened. They had like a concert.
Yeah, I was actually in Zetland shooting with my boys, and then they said, listen, you can't be doing that. I'm like, well. How are you going to chase us?
Jeez.
No, the lockdown was wild. But, I think I just sort of had fun with it. I didn't think it would blow up the way it did. And...
Did you, though? Did you not?
Yeah, awesome.
Surely
absolutely not.
Surely you went in with a
Nah. I was literally just like, this is just a pass of time because I literally was not allowed to leave my house. So,
okay. So instead of doing banana bread like everyone else, you decided to do content
I'm
creating.
not a great baker.
Or the dancing.
Yeah,
dancing.
Yeah, if I knew how to dance like that or bake, trust me, I'd be a great baker. But I think just talking crap on the internet works best for me. So I just things kind of blow up very quickly, and I just try to manage it as much as I can.
Absolutely, make the most of it.
Yeah.
What was the first clip that went viral? What was the actual sort of skit or whatever it was?
That's a good question. It wasn't even basketball related, actually. I think I was there was this series I used to do. It was like when your card declines at like a therapy session or something.
Yeah.
I mean, I won't go into detail of things I kind of said on there, but I think just me just saying wild stuff like that kind of blew up in that sense. But I also made content about what was going on around basketball. So I made some videos about the bubble, stuff like that, or
so stuff that's relevant.
Stuff that was relevant at that time.
So topical, really topical stuff.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah. Or then on the other side is that just things that I just find funny. So I might just go and make a video about something so random, but if I find it funny, it stays there. You know. So
I got a question for you. Do you think you were the best player to come out of St. Dominic's College?
Oh, here we go.
See, I've done my research.
You've done your research, man.
I heard you were a slasher. You know, a number 3.
I know exactly where you heard that from for sure. I know exactly where that came from. Yeah, I'll say so for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, all right.
Absolutely.
Shout out.
It'll be
St.
me and
Dominic's
then a
College.
Calder Gak after me. But like me
Okay.
first and a Calder, then yeah, for sure.
All right.
But, dang, wow, I haven't heard that.
Hey,
in a
we
while,
do.
so.
This is a very serious show. We do our research.
Very.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of research. Hours and hours.
Mhm.
We've got a research department. Ash is sitting behind the wall over there.
Executive producer Ash, shout out.
Shout out to her just doing her thing. So, yeah.
Where do you get your ideas for skits? Because I feel like I don't know, there's always something new. They're always bloody hilarious.
Appreciate you.
But yeah, where do you get the ideas for this kind of stuff?
So I think I always feel like I had this this kind of knack for like I guess a comedic storytelling, I guess. So I think when I see something like, for example, literally the most recent video I posted maybe just yesterday was about Bam's 83 points.
Oh yeah.
So
Very
I was
good.
just thinking like, I wonder what the head coach of the Wizards would have thought about that. Do you know what I mean? Just something crazy like that. So I like to think, I try to imagine like what would that be like? Not just how I can make it funny, but like if I was a coach, what would I say?
Yeah.
Or what would I imagine that?
Well, we were talking about. Actually, funny you brought that up. We were talking about Bam's 83-point game just before the show started, and just say you were, you've been off Earth for like 2 years. You've arrived back, and somebody's gone to you. Someone scored 83 points in the NBA this season. How many guesses do you think it would take for you to get down to Bam Adebayo?
You know what's crazy? Bam is a great player, but
He averages 17 points a game.
But he's still like overall, he's still a good player.
Great
but
player.
there's
Great.
no way
That
I
was
would've
that was
guessed
not on
that.
anyone's bingo card.
No, I would have thought like maybe at first I would have guessed KD,
SGA.
SGA, or Curry or
Jokic.
something.
We decided
Yeah.
it'd be about between 40 and 50 guesses, and you might get to him.
Yeah, because if you told me that, I wouldn't even believe you. If you said like,
Yeah,
it's
right?
Bam, I'd be like, But yeah, crazy game. But yeah, 40, 50 guesses, 100%. I would not have. Nah.
What-
About the amount of guesses as he had 3 throws.
Well, that's the thing. What did you make of the performance? Because it's sort of obviously, full respect to him. 83 points is ridiculous, but the way it happened, I mean, obviously he has to put himself in the position to actually put the ball in the bucket, but getting to the free throw line that many times is just bonkers.
Yeah, look, like if I'm being honest, 43 free throws is crazy in any era of basketball, but they're fouling him at the same time. So
That's what I mean. Yeah.
So like as
You
much,
can't blame him because of what they're doing, right?
yeah, but so I've seen like comments and stuff like, oh, the free throws is crazy, but I'm like,
There's a lot of haters, right? There's been a lot of haters today.
it's like, yeah, look, like it's hard to stomach like someone actually scored more than the late Kobe Bryant, but I don't understand the hate coming his way though, to be honest.
Is anyone catching Wilt?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think if Jordan played in this era, he probably could.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Bam getting 83, we didn't think that would ever happen. But I just think from the outside looking in, and anyone can have a game where everything's falling, and that's what it was yesterday. I think everything up until the last 5 minutes was okay, and then his teammates started fouling the Wizards up 30 to try and get him over the line. Kind of makes it a bit inauthentic to me, but at the same time, like you said, up until that point, he still had 75 points that were on his own. They were fouling him. You got to hit he hit 80% from the free throw line. I think 43 free throws. I think I've played basketball socially for 20 years. I don't think I've had that many free throws.
Yeah, in a season, right? It's like 43. Yeah, that's just mind blowing to me.
It's
But I had
crazy.
to go watch because I didn't watch the game. I just saw I think all the posts and stuff.
Yeah,
I was like, I need to watch the highlights and see this. So that's why I know what you're talking about with the last 5 minutes. I'm like, oh, okay, they're kind of just fouling him.
I was working from home and my desktop, I can't see the TV from where my desktop is. I was up and down probably like 20 times. I had to get my work done, but every time I heard the commentators go, I was like, oh shit, gotta go. Just like back and forth.
Yeah, it's nuts, right?
It was cool. I'm a Miami fan as well, so
Oh, so it would have been
put it in the bucket of things you love to see for sure.
Oh, of course.
What are your thoughts on basketball culture in Australia as a whole? You think it's come a long way in the last 10 years or 5 years? What are your thoughts there?
I like to think so for sure. We can start with the NBL. Like over the years, like it's always an exciting sport because basketball's basketball. But I like to think people that I know that don't watch basketball are saying things like, "Oh, did you see KD's game? Did you see this guy Bryce Conn? He's good." I'm like, "Oh, you guys are really like getting tapped into the basketball culture." But even outside of the NBL, like sometimes. I guess that 1v1 culture that we've got going on here, and there's this thing called Takeover, Park Takeover and stuff, which is pretty good too.
Yep.
Summer Jam's great too.
That's getting massive, yeah.
So I think not just the NBL, as much as the NBL is doing phenomenally over the years, I think just basketball in general with other things is really taken off as well. And the fact that the Pelicans came here last year, and Jarice was here a few weeks ago, I don't know. Everything's just on the up and up, and it's really good to see as a basketball fan. Do you know what I mean? So
I agree, and I think one of the major parts to the explosion, probably in the last 5 years, I think is social media and content creators like yourself. I think there's two sports that are really great for content creation. One is basketball because you can do that one-on-one element. And then the second one would be golf because there's a lot of golf content creators out there. So I think those two really, I mean, it's hard to do it with rugby. It's hard to do it with tennis. But I think basketball, you tap into that subculture as well. You tap into a really young market. But I think those two are really, I guess, benefited from the whole content creation side because then basketball gets exposed to so many more people. They're getting exposed, when they're 10 years old, playing the game, going to a game. I was at the Kings game last night with people who hadn't been to a game before, and they absolutely loved it. It was a 1-point game in a final series. So, and I think the NBL has also, in the last couple of seasons, they've just had some great playoff games. And, the Jack McVay shot last year, it's just, I think it's going from strength to strength.
Yeah. Totally. We were talking about Melbourne United's kind of downfall recently, which is probably over-exaggerating it. But when you think about it, they've lost their last 2 championships by a Jack McVay half-court heave and a Tyler Harvey corner 3, which is just insane. Like, the competition has been so good. Want to ask about the semi-final series. Adelaide are 1-up. The Kings are 1-up. I didn't think you could top Tuesday night's game, the 36ers in Southeast Melbourne, and then the Kings in Perth absolutely went at it. That was freaking awesome.
Yeah, you had great seats for that. Who sorted those out for you? I saw you were almost courtside, enjoying things down there. Give us your thoughts.
So obviously shout out to my management and for those seats. I really appreciate that. And the gifted group. But as far as the game and stuff like that, well, last night's game, it was just the atmosphere was great. I even had some friends over there too that don't really watch basketball like that, but. They were saying, these games are like really fun and stuff like that. But then again, they don't know too much about the NBL, and they're starting to, which is always nice to see. But as far as the Southeast Melbourne game and stuff, like I didn't watch the game, but I saw the stats. I know Bryce played well, and I know some of the some of the people that went to the game saying that DJ played well too. So after this, I'm gonna have to go watch the clip back and see how the game was. But
it was good. It was really free flowing, like high energy. It felt like playoff basketball. I was so fascinated to see how the 36ers would come out of the break. Obviously, they had such a good run in the middle of the season, but then sort of fell off January, February time, and they were the team that I was most interested to see come out of the FIBA break. Like just go and get themselves sorted, get on the same page, make sure the locker room is strong. So it was awesome, I thought, to see them come out the way that they did. And I could happily sit and watch Bryce go and do his thing all freaking day.
Yeah, he's been a prominent player for the longest time. Very fun to watch.
Very, very fun. The most. Yeah. You're at the MVP night. He was going around asking everyone if they could beat him one-on-one. I feature in this video. At this point of the night, I've probably had 8 wines.
Oh.
I
didn't know you
I am so lit. I was like, why did you post that?
You should have told me. I didn't even know.
So did Jo say she could beat you then?
She did.
Definitely.
She did. No, I feel bad now. I didn't know you ate one.
No, I'm messing.
I love that.
It was such a fun night, but bit of controversy with the whole Bryce and KD thing in the end.
Yeah, I've been hearing some things about that. I heard there was few words said on social media and stuff, but like I didn't know the depth of it. Cause like I said, I was kind of asking people who's better 1v1, so I didn't pay too much what was going on. But I think I knew it'd be like I wouldn't say bitter between those like the MVP voting and stuff, but like I thought it'd be like playful, like, oh, okay, you won MVP. It's like, okay, let me win a championship. Let me see what's better in that sense. But
Who do you think should have won?
that's a hard question. Like honestly,
We ask the hard questions here on Off the Rim. Super hard.
Look,
It's basically like 60 minutes for basketball.
yeah, I'm like, okay. So I would say just based off their record and stuff like that, no disrespect to Bryce Cotton at all, because he's been great for God knows how long now. But because of how the Kings went and finished in top of the ladder, I kind of thought Katie was going to win it. But it could have gone either way, to be honest. Like, if anyone's like, oh, Katie should have won it, it's like, fair. When Bryce won it, I'm like, fair, because he played phenomenally. And the way they be guarding Bryce all season to score that many points, in my opinion, I think he really, he's been doing that for years, but I think he really put on a show this season. So.
Yeah.
There's an argument for both, and that was a great voice crack by me there. Hopefully we get that on the audio.
I
but
didn't even notice, bro.
yeah, I can definitely notice. But listen, like you said, I think it could have gone either way. Just going back to the game though, like putting up a 40-point game in a playoff game is really stamping. Hey, this is why I am MVP.
He does it loudly too.
He does it loudly.
So impressive.
But what I took away from both games, and we'll talk more about the Kings game in a bit. Both games, almost every team scored over 100 points, which is pretty big for a playoff game. But I thought there was great defense. I just thought it was great basketball. Yes, there's always going to be mistakes in the playoffs. The pressure's ramped up, but it's good to see the MVP candidates really step up. So Bryce stepping up, KD stepping up yesterday. Doolittle probably had his best game of the season and they lost. Like Doolittle looked incredible yesterday. Obviously, we were all at the Kings game. We all got to see it up close. And, talking to the great man, Derek Rucker, about the game afterwards, it was an even game. But it was probably 4 or 5 key moments, I thought, that really changed the game. The block by Malawak at the end was incredible. That was a 5-point swing. Zabe hitting those 3 throws, they were absolute daggers. You're watching up close. It could have really gone either way until the very end.
Yeah, like I always thought, like with playoff contention and stuff like that, whoever finishes first, second, third, fourth, or whatever, once the playoff starts, it's always just 0-0. So Perth could have won that game, Kings could have won that game, Adelaide, Southeast Melbourne, anyone can take any game at any time. So I think that's what makes the playoffs exciting more than anything.
Well, Perth have been blown out by the Kings 3 times this season. So, I'm glad that they turned up. The problem for them moving forward is that Dylan Windler does not look like he's going to be fit for Game 2. He couldn't walk himself out of the arena last night, which is awful because he's such a bucket.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they're still dangerous at home for Game 2 on Saturday, so we'll see what happens. But I think the Kings take that 2-0, and I think I'm going Adelaide 2-1.
Is that are we already getting into hot takes? Is that what we're doing? Or
We can.
All right.
That neither of those are hot
Not
takes.
really. That's just the Joe Healy prediction. No, it's well, let's do a little hot take. So, what do you think, as a hot take, is going to happen in the NBL in the off season?
Hot take? I don't know if JaVale will play another season in the NBL.
Okay.
Based off, I saw his comments about the second team selection and stuff like that. Like I said, I don't know for sure. If we're talking hot takes, I think that might leave a sour taste in someone's mouth in that sense. So I don't know. Like, I thought he had a pretty good season. I thought he had a point what he was saying, but
Oh, he definitely should have been in that second team.
yeah. So
Yeah.
in terms of a hot take, I don't know where he might play again this season. He might not. I think that's something I was thinking. I was thinking about that on the way here, actually. Yeah, so I'll probably say that.
Okay. What about you, Joe?
Yeah.
Okay, I have a theory. KD next season is going to demand being the highest paid player in the league. He's obviously on the 1 year rolling contract as an import. Bryce is locked up. Zave's locked up in terms of money. If the Kings don't pay for KD, I think he'll end up at the Perth Wildcats next year.
Okay.
That is a
I think
hot take.
I think KD going back
God,
to
the room's actually getting hot.
Shut
That's how hot that one
Shut
is.
up. But KD landing in Bryce's old stomping ground as well, just to add to that kind of rivalry and the bitterness almost between them. I'd be here for that.
I respect it. Yeah.
Kings get first dibs, obviously, but if they're not willing to fork out the cash, that's my hot take.
My hot take is if the Kings win, Gorge retires.
Okay.
Ooh.
Go out on top.
That almost makes me want the Kings not to win because I love Gorge in the league. I want him
Yeah.
to stay there.
I do too. But what a great way to go out.
So who's coaching the Kings then next season?
Bogues.
Bogues steps up.
Bogue steps up.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, what better way to go out? I mean, the guy's done everything in his career and some. He's done probably what, coaches would dream about to do in 3 careers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and he's got nothing less to prove. I mean, like I said, it's a hot take. I don't know if it's going to happen, but it's that's the Goldback hot take.
What about we've got just under a month left of the NBA regular season going into playoffs? What's your NBA hot take?
I reckon the NBA is now starting to heat up. Like
Yeah.
it's been almost parts of it have been unwatchable this year, but now it's starting. The playoffs are starting to form. Now the matchups are starting to form. My hot take is that we are going to see a KD versus LeBron first round matchup in the West.
Okay.
So Rockets against the Lakers, 4 and 5.
Okay.
That's
Who wins that matchup? Because I feel like
I think the Rockets win.
Okay, I was going to say of all the teams that the Lakers could come up against, the Rockets are probably the one that they would want to.
Yeah, but it'd be just great to see KD versus LeBron again.
Yeah,
I don't know how many times we're going to see it more, with where they are in their careers, but that's my hot take that they will finish 4 and 5. Yeah, but there's a lot of different storylines that can happen in the NBA this year, especially with, Tatum coming back last week. Who would have thought that? What an incredible turnaround from a, devastating injury for him. Producer Ash, very happy.
Yeah, very. Do they make the conference finals now?
I can't see them not making the conference finals. I don't know if you got the Knicks, you got the Pistons. I think the East is really wide open, but yeah, I can't see the Celtics not making the conference finals.
Okay.
Kev?
Uh,
How good is it having Kevin Ev, by the way? Kevin and Evan.
Kevin and Ev.
That's good.
Kegs and eggs.
Yeah.
Kegs.
No, we love to hear it. As far as a hot take, honestly, I think LeBron's just staying in the league until Bryce gets drafted. That's my.
Yeah, okay. Isn't that another 3-4 years?
I think I'd imagine him doing like a one and done like Bronny did.
Mm.
And to my knowledge, I think he's in year 11 or year 12 or something like that. Well, a senior.
I wouldn't be surprised if he plays till he's 50 and he scores.
Bron.
He just.
Because he's still pretty good for his age.
All
honestly,
of those
What do you mean? You
guys.
could take him one-on-one.
KD, Steph, Bron, they're all still balling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And anyone else would have slowed down at 41, and he's.
Hey. Just take
Oh,
it.
except you. Like
listen,
excluding you.
come on. Actually, I just turned 42. I keep thinking I'm 41.
I think you could take LeBron in the 1v1.
Don't look a day over 39.
Excellent. I'll take 2 years off. Perfect.
Yeah.
NBA hot take. Mine was going to be around the Lakers too, but I feel like we've got far too much Lakers content right now. Spurs are making the finals. That's probably not really a hot take though, is it? I thought it would be too soon for them, but I've absolutely loved what they've done this season.
Spurs winning it would be a hot take.
They're so much fun to watch, and they've I mean, just the way that they've recruited over this past 12 months as well, and adding those extra pieces. Yeah, okay, Spurs winning it. That's my that's my hot take. Thank you. Appreciate you.
I don't think they'll go like. I don't think they'll go in like the seasons to come, like because with Wemby and stuff, he's probably going to be, if he's not already, one of the faces of the league. So.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Them, OKC, maybe even Orlando, Pistons. Like these teams are only building, and they're going to get stronger as we lose that top kind of the old faces of the league, so to speak.
Yeah,
I want to ask you guys something. Like when there's old, because like we all grew up watching, LeBron, Steph, KD, everything like that. Like how
I was watching Wilt. What are you talking about?
So you seen that?
He is ancient.
I'm thinking like, how would you guys feel seeing the league when there's no LeBron, there's no Steph, there's no KD, there's no. Even Kawhi's getting up there too. No Russ, no prominent players. Would that feel strange? It would for me.
I think it's going to feel really strange, and I think the NBA is in a little bit of trouble. From a ratings perspective, it's been nosediving for the last 2 years. I think it's more the style of basketball. A lot of threes being played. A lot of threes. Super high scoring games. It's almost like an all-star game. But when you lose KD, LeBron, Steph, they're probably the big three. It's the next guys coming through are great players, but I don't know if they can carry the mantle. Someone's going to really have to take the mantle, whether it's Edwards or Tatum. We're not sure, but we need personalities in the league. I kind of feel like the equivalent is where tennis is at the moment. Federer's gone, Rafa's gone, Djokovic is probably his last year or second last year. And you've seen the ratings; they've just nosedived. And you've got great players like Alcaraz, who's probably like an Anthony Edwards equivalent, and Sinner.
It'll take some time, but they're getting there.
They're getting there.
They're developing that rivalry, and I think the likes of Edwards, Wemby's massive for the future of the league. We already know that, but
Jokic is for me the best player in the league, but he just obviously he'd rather just be watching his horses. You know what I mean?
I love him
and
so
much. I love him. And he's just unbelievable to watch.
You guys remember when he was like, I don't know if I'm going to go to the championship parade. I kind of just want to go. That was funny as hell to me. Like, you just MVP of the league, the best player arguably in the world right now.
You think he's the best player?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Jokic, I don't know. The things that he's done for the last few seasons, like, it's
staggering.
Him getting a triple-double, isn't it? Like, if you think about him averaging a triple-double, it's, like, normal. And there was a time where, like, getting a triple-double is, like, a really big thing. He just doesn't.
I used to average a triple-single. I was 5, 5, and 5.
5, 5, 5?
That's what I averaged.
That's
5,
a decent
5,
stat.
That's not bad.
That's not bad.
I'm like baby Draymond. 30 fouls, 5, 5, and 5.
Well, you choking out players too.
Shout out to Josh Giddey just on the triple double watch, like overtaking Scottie Pippen for second most triple doubles for the Chicago Bulls.
Has he really?
Yeah. Which is awesome. I mean, the next up, I think he's got 10 to catch MJ.
Wow.
You don't obviously want to compare the two, but it just shows the impact that he is having over there, which is really freaking cool.
It's good that he's found his place,
Yeah.
It probably would have been devastating for him to obviously leave OKC and then they get the championship, but it's also, the chance for him to shine, which he's really done in massive ways.
Yeah, devastating and $20 million a year US.
Yeah, I'll be crying into my $100 notes.
It's not all bad. Have a couple of start bench cuts from the NBA for you. So just while we're on that, may as well have a bit of a play. But Steph Curry, Ray Allen, Klay Thompson.
Like Klay Thompson right now, or like are they all in their prime?
All in their prime.
Okay. I'm starting Steph off rip for sure.
I feel like we'll all agree on this one.
I think so too.
I was gonna say bench Klay and cut Ray Allen.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
Wow,
I'd probably say that.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah. I just think I'd like to think Klay Thompson's just more of a two-way player, but then again, that's just
oh
my
man,
take, so
man, you're showing your age, bro. Man, Ray Allen.
Oh, you guys reacted like, oh, damn, that's the thing.
All right, we thought we'd get this guy on. He thought he knew basketball. No, I'm kidding. Everyone's got their take. Man, Ray Allen was a bucket when he came out in '96. He was like a slasher. He wasn't a 3-point shooter, and he just developed into that and became I think one of the best. But I think Joe and I both agree.
Yep.
Yeah, so starting Steph, benching Ray Allen and cutting Clay. I don't know. I just think, Ray Allen's got the shot that saved LeBron. Like Clay he's had some big games, but nothing as big as that shot.
Yeah, that's fair.
Really?
Clay,
All right,
go on.
Well, he had a 37-point quarter, but has he had a shot that's had so much impact on, this is LeBron having 4 championships instead of 3. Like it stops Tim Duncan from getting 6 championships. It stopped Tracy McGrady from getting 1 championship.
Okay, I hear that. Like, in terms of, like, the shot, yeah, I'll give Ray on that for sure. I just think in terms of, like, I just mostly watch Klay Thompson, like, growing up. Maybe that's where it's coming from, but...
Maybe. Is there a Steph without Clay? That's the other thing.
I think the system helps.
Yeah.
The system really helped them. Like, they developed the system around those 2 guys, the Splash Brothers. To be honest, you could flip a coin on Ray and Clay for me, and I think Steph's just that next level.
What about current players? So Luka, Jaylen Brown, and Giannis.
Well, look, I am a big Giannis fan, so I can't just say, oof, I'm going to try not to be biased, actually.
Just be honest, man. It's a safe
This
space.
this one's actually really hard.
It is a hard one.
I'm going to start Luka. No, I'm going to start Giannis. I can't say. Yeah, I'm a big Giannis fan, sorry. So I'll say start Giannis. I'm benching Luka, and I'll cut Jaylen Brown. That's a hard question.
It's brutal, I know.
I thought I'm sticking with it. Start Giannis, bench Luka, and cut Jaylen Brown.
I 100% agree with that statement.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
I think Giannis is...
I would have said that too.
Yeah, Giannis is the best player.
Oh, so we're on the same boat then?
Yeah.
We're all on the same.
So I'll redeem myself then. Cool.
Well done, team.
No, we like controversy on the show.
Cool.
Just Giannis when he's at his best.
Yeah.
What a player.
What about closer to home? So JLA, Jesse Edwards, and who was the other one? John Brown.
3 great bigs in the NBL.
Yeah.
All different players too.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I'd probably say... Damn. I'd probably say Jesse Edwards, JLA, and who was the last one?
John Brown.
I'd probably say John Brown. That sounds crazy saying, actually.
Damn.
This is not easy.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I like all of them as players, so I'm just like... No, okay. I gotta change. I would say JLA, John Brown. No. Yeah, JLA, John Brown, Jesse Edwards. That's what I'm gonna say.
Okay.
That's what I would have said.
Yeah.
Although the JLA and John Brown, it would depend on the matchup because they are such different players. But yeah, I think JLA.
Yeah. You guys really did a good one with these options here. Wow.
Yeah, well, we want controversial takes. We're trying to learn from you. This is how this is how we get our likes and our clicks. We want to get up to those 700,000 followers that you have.
You get there with those questions for sure. But what about you?
I think JLA won, and then the other 2 are switchable. But I'll go Jesse Edwards, John Brown. But it depends on the matchup. Yeah. But I think JLA for me is starting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very quickly, I want to touch on this before I forget. Angel Reese buying into the Bullets and hopefully a WNBL expansion team. How do we feel about this? I have mixed feelings.
Why do you have mixed feelings?
Because I love the fact that she's investing, but I think that the WNBL product on the court needs to be better, and we need to bring the money needs to be spent on actually getting the better players out here, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's obviously you want to grow the league, and it's awesome to have somebody of her caliber want to be involved, but I feel, I don't know, I would have much preferred to see her signing to play out here for a couple of months, for example.
So your qualm with that is she's looking at it more from an investment versus growing the game. Is that your thing? Kind of. And I don't want to take anything away from what they're doing. And she's bought into the Bullets group, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And that's for the look to get a new NBL team. Or
There's no WNBL team
Brisbane.
in Brisbane.
Yeah.
So there's obviously a market for it. They're massive basketball fans up there. But I just think that for the benefit of the game, we need the players on the court and we need the product to be better and elevated.
I understand why you have the mixed feelings, but I think her just wanting to buy into, I guess, the basketball culture here in Australia is dope still.
It is, yeah.
I get the feeling, Joe, you think she's just ticking a box.
No, I genuinely don't want to take anything away from it. I like you just said, like
No, from an
it's
investment standpoint, like Carmelo's invested into league. You know, you've had other NBA players, and she's like, and her team has been like, hey, these guys are investing into the WNBL. You should do the same thing and ticking that investment box.
maybe. I mean, she was out here recently, and from all reports, she genuinely really enjoyed her time. So I don't think it's she's doing it for the wrong reasons. I think that it would be so much better for the game if she came out here, and even if if it was a 2-month only, she came and played the back end 10 games for a team or something. In terms of eyes on the league, that's going to be so much more impactful than her investing in a team.
Yeah, no, I get that. Just talking about obviously expansion as well. I'd love to get your thoughts, Kevin, on I think the NBA is in a great place, and I think expansion is the next key for them to kind of keep growing the game. There's been talks of Newcastle. There's been talks of Gold Coast. A couple of years ago, it was Darwin as well.
Canberra too.
Canberra as well. If you were Larry, CEO of the NBL, where would your next team be?
Owner of the NBL.
Sorry, owner of the NBL. Larry, don't cancel me, please.
I like the idea of Darwin, to be honest. Just like this is my own thought process of it. Like just having a team in at least a team in each state where like the basketball community can grow in Northern Territory. I know there's a basketball community there for sure, but I think having an NBL team out there in terms of expansion would be great for the community, the state, just people come around basketball more. So I'd probably say Darwin. Personally.
There was talk of the Darwin Salties coming into the NBL. I think that talk has gone away. I don't know the reasons for that.
I think it was financial. I don't think the broadcast capabilities, like the trucks, are up there full time.
Right.
And so getting that there for each game in terms of money was astronomical. I think that was one of the biggest barriers. And then it's infrastructure. Where do they play?
Yeah, they've got a very small stadium up there. I mean, hopefully we can get there in 5 years. They got obviously big Indigenous community up there that loves basketball, and some amazing athletes that come into the AFL and can probably have a pathway to basketball as well. I'd like to see. I think Newcastle makes sense based on the population, based on local government infrastructure that can go in and in upgrading the existing stadium up there. And I do think Gold Coast and Canberra deserve teams. And, I think we've seen in the last couple of years that the talent is there. Like there's players that are really killing it in the NBL 1, which I'm sure you watch and got friends that are playing that don't have the opportunity because there's not enough players in the league. There's not enough spots available in the league. But yeah, for me, it's exciting to see where the NBL is going, and the fact that they are talking about expansion, I think, makes it at least a good place to be.
Yeah, 100%.
That's probably all we've got time for. Thanks for coming in. For anyone who wants to know more about you or what you're doing, where can they find your stuff and what's planned? What's coming up?
So where can they find me? Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, everything in between. That's Kev Pong with 2 G's, KEVPONGG. And as far as like what's planned, I want to make more content around sport. I want to do more in terms of basketball, rugby, everything in between. And yeah, I guess just sort of find my footing with other different things as well. So,
do you get over to the States at all for All-Star weekends and drafts and that kind of thing?
Look, I'd love to, but I have mixed feelings about that country at the moment. So, I'd love to in terms of the basketball sort of things, but I think they need to fix some things they got going on over there. So, until then, I'll be around here. So,
well, just very, very quickly, what would be your end goal? Because obviously, I'm sure people like John Bernard in the content space. He started out probably doing, that funny content, and now he's doing stuff with the UFC, with KO. Is that where you want to be, and you want to do the funny stuff on the side? Where would you kind of see yourself in a couple of years?
Um. Okay, so I have these. I kind of want to be someone that does like a jack of all trades thing. So anyone I kind of look up to. So I'm gonna use. Let's use KSI for example. Like he has made videos about anything and everything. So yeah, I love to be around sports. Yeah, I love to be around. I guess making content around the music scene. Even filmmaking too. I'm gained an interest in that over the last 2 years.
That's
Awesome.
cool. Like
Yeah,
writing or
writing, featuring in it, producing it, directing it, everything in between. So,
awesome.
yeah, I kind of just want to be the most creative I can be. So I'll probably just be around as much as I can, absorbing as much as I can. So that's my plan.
Awesome.
on you.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me. Had a good time.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
Cheers.